Hello everyone, welcome to this critical conversation. My name is Anaya Jafar and I'm coming to you from New Jersey, just across the river from beautiful New York City. Hazy today, but still beautiful. So I am an assistant principal in a school just not too far from here, actually the next town over. I have been an assistant principal for the last year. Prior to that, I was a supervisor in special services, an interventionist prior to that, and then a teacher in the middle school for 15 years where my dissertation study kind of took me. I completed my doctorate in 2019 with a degree in educational psychology and educational technology from the Chicago School of Professional Psychology. Since then, I've conducted several studies. One that I was really interested in was the 2018 hurricane that hit the panhandle of Florida, Hurricane Michael. And I was interested in how teachers were able to meet the needs of their students. So it was really based on the perception of the teacher. However, what we find, right, as investigators in research is that other things come out, and one of the things that teachers were most commonly talking about was what the administration did to help them acclimate and meet the needs of their students, especially after an emergency situation like a hurricane, when houses were lost and students had to relocate. So it was definitely a very difficult situation for them, and it was what the administrators did that made all the difference for them. Of course, everyone knows in 2020, right, we all also had to struggle to meet the needs of our students also virtually because of COVID. And so I found that in my district in particular too, my supervisors, administrators in the building, and district level administrators did such an excellent job in supporting us as well. And so when writing this brief, I kind of put all of that research in. My partner Tim Presley too included his own research as well on effects that COVID had on teacher retention. And so that's where the brief came from, in cultivating teacher resiliency. And so one of the practical parts of this brief and what we can apply as administrators is the psychological first aid that administrators can utilize when there's an emergency, when there's a situation that teachers need a lot of support in. And in this last year in particular, when we talk about practicing what we preach, right, I found that I have had to use psychological first aid several times, whether we're talking about with a parent, with a student, with teachers. Things happen and arise, right, on a day-to-day basis in a school, but also in the community that can really kind of put us in a situation where, as a leader, we need to be able to be that solid object, right, where people can come to and feel supported, and so that they could do their jobs. So I found that I have been able to apply what is in that brief in particular. And so I hope you get a chance to read it, and thank you all for giving me the time.